All right, let's see if we go on. 1 second. Do this. Just gonna double check online. Let's see. There we are. Good. All right. So today we're doing something different. Got a bit less time to work with today. So yeah, if you watched the stream this week, you will know that I built one indicator that I couldn't find. Then I built another to make it complete. Then I thought, you know what? Why don't I just build some mechanism to control my entry size? And then yesterday I had the genius idea of, let's just build a fully functioning thing, right? So I did. Okay. All right, so let's go from the beginning. So currently there's a lot of charts going on here. On all of these, this is the example chart, the CAD. I'm gonna show some examples here. But this one, all of these are running test for the Helios EA. So I need to test that, see what it does. That's why they are there. And it's supposed to do something at this time, so we'll find out. These 15-minute charts, I have been testing some other things. And yeah, so they continue to test. I have some positions on to basically see how the this EA behaves. This Prometheus is controlling the stop and TP placement. For example, this position here, this one, put the TP at the low and put the stop at the high here. Not too bad, I would say. And on the yen, similar story, right? I decided to buy here and it changed the size, put the TP down here and stop, and put the TP up here. And this level is either, I think, I'm not sure what I set it to, yeah, 3. Because I have a idea, you know, it set it to 3 because, well, if we don't find anything interesting when we look back at price, I just default it to a value. That's the kind of idea, right? So currently I have been filled for the fully automated system has filled something, and I want to check to see what it has done. So here is a position 0.19. Let's see. Okay, that's not the one. Let's see. All right. It's supposed to use 0.2% risk. Get a few charts on. I mean, what else, right? And I keep finding some bugs here and there, you know, every day, how it's supposed to act and what it's actually doing. Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on over here. Basically, what I did with this, with the Helios EA, is I took the... Well, I need to start from the beginning, right? So let's start from the beginning. This is a kind of a clean chart. Not really, but it's a kind of clean chart. And so I have the Prometheus EA. It will control entry size. So I'm not really sure. Let's try to enter something that's way too big. And let's say that I want to control it. I want to risk at the most. There's 2 different percentages because one will allow you and one will absolutely stop. It's different. Anyway, so this one is what matters. 0.1. We put everything to 0.1 to control it, right? So if we can enter one lot, let's see if we can. Right, now it entered here, and there's a few seconds break because I built that into the thing, and stop should appear and TP should appear. Let's see. Okay, there's a stop and there's a TP. Cool, right? So the TP appears here, and adjust the stop, and also look at the size. If we do some lines in the way. Okay, we are on USD CAD. CAD. Notice it's 14, meaning 0.14 size. So there's size calculation, right? And this account, of course, I'm testing a lot of things on a demo, whatever. And so 946, if you want to risk 0.1 and the distance is here, then okay, 0.1 should equal a certain value. If you hold the mouse here, you can see this is below 10. This is the closest number, probably value closest to 10 that we could find, or 1.5, right? In the same way, if we close this, if I change the value to 0.2, let's see if this, I'm not actually sure if this is going to work now, but let's try it. So 1, and we can change the timeout. 1 second timeout. Right, so again, similar thing, right? TP here, TP and SL on either side, right? And again, USD CAD, you can see 0.13. It's most like, let's see what it did. Okay, it's using the other number. 0.2. Whatever. Check it out. Today, by the way, we're doing the monster pipeline punch. Really favorite of this week. Real nice. All right. So 0.2% from equity of 9464, and you can see that size has been changed, and USD CAD is 27 now, right? So that part works. And there's a lot of funny things, like for example, if I wanted to force it to find, let's start here. I want, first of all, I built it to create a stop. And then I thought, you know what, we're gonna find a TP as well. So the TP setting is here. We're gonna find a minimum TP of 2 this time, right? And if it doesn't find anything, let's just go with like 5, mega huge TP. This is what these two numbers do. So again, we will, I don't want to keep equity locked up unless if the other running EAs find something to enter, a reason to enter, right? So I'm just going to tune it down. So we're just going to buy it here and we wait. Right, we filled and stop was placed, and notice the TP is not there anymore because we set the minimum limit 2x RR, right? So this is distance from here to here. This is kind of 1 at this New York high. Next high is here. And where is the TP? Okay, here. So it didn't like that, this one, and selected the next level, and that's why we are here. Cool. Now, so let's just do this, or it doesn't matter, who cares? 1 second. What else did I build? Yeah, so 5 or 2, yeah. So I built this thing, the stepping into the mechanism. So what this does is, you know, sometimes I look at the chart and go, you know what, it would be way easier to find a TP if I actually look at the slower chart. And so what this number does, number 2, is it looks at the timers here above, and if I put 1, it's gonna do this. Current time is 5 minutes. Next step 1 is 15. Next step is M15, 30, and then 1 of etc. Right, and the number is the same amount of steps we go. Right, so it was set to 2. That means that we trade on M5, 2 steps, M30, and that's on 30. It's going to try to find a level to use to find the TP. Okay, what else? Yeah, so I also then realized that I need to incorporate this concept average bar size and then also padding for the stop. And this number is, let's do the padding, it's easiest to understand, right? Let's do 20. Average bar size. I wonder if that's going to break. Okay, I'm not sure if I can display that. Actually, I think that's going to interfere. It's going to choose the best one. No, it's not. Okay, 20. Yeah. Right. So average bar size looks at the entire range of a bar and just averages it out. So pretty much a bar is, let's say a bar is here from here, 29 points. And that's 3 pips, by the way, because this is a decimal extra, right? So like 3-4 pips is 1 bar. And then I have the minimum padding set to 20, that's in pips as well. So that means if I enter here, we will use a stop of minimum 20. Whatever the chart says, it's not going to go below that. That's the idea. We wait. There's the stop. And then because the stop is way over there, the CAD is now way smaller, but control size again same. Okay, and that also means that because the TP is far away, we probably are even further away. Yeah, over there. So dynamic control, very good. And so we close it again. It's a bit silly to use that number on this chart though, but okay. And then what else? Yeah, then I figured out that, you know what, maybe the average bar size is kind of crooked. It's kind of weird. So I built into an average bar size averager as well. So 1 is the average bar size, 0.5 is the half, 2.5 is quarter, etc. And so now basically I have 3 variables to use to find the minimal padding. And this is the general idea, right? The minimal padding it finds, it will use is the floor, right? And if 20 pips is the minimum, then it will use 20. If average bar size figures out that the minimum size is 3 pips, well, it will use 20, right? So this is just like to have it to understand the chart, and don't put TP too close. It's also used as general padding, these 3 settings, for when actually the chart moves price as well. Or the EA, will actually adjust the TP, right? And I was thinking I'm going to show that, but I'm not sure I can. It would require me to have price actually move. That's difficult. Yeah, okay. So what it would do is, and I'm finding bugs in this process every day, right? Pretty much it's let me just check the voice. Yeah, okay, good. All right, there we are. And yeah, okay. So pretty much I find a few bugs and quirks here and there, but the general idea of moving the stop is, well, if we unlock this, let's say price, now look at the CAD. Okay, here's another interesting scenario, right? Price went all the way down. Let's say I'm here, price creates a wave, price creates another wave and another wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, right? One of the functions will use these waves as stair-stepping motion. So following the price in stair-stepping motion. And I found that out to be very good. And then I added another feature, which it has to double check, well, let's say we are long from here, we go up. It will check for something called double level. In this case, for example, here in the euro, we have this high, we have this high. And if the stop is here from the stair-stepping motion, when it figures out that this is a double level because of mathematics and some complicated ideas, it would put the stop below the low here. Also taking into consideration the padding, of course, so most likely it will be there. That's the general idea. And then I built in also another function to where the Prometheus will move the stop. But if I initially risk 10 points, it would move the stop 10 points in my favor, but no longer, no more than that. So that's the idea. And yeah, all right, so we buying this. So the idea, another thing I created was I couldn't find a good indicator. Actually, to begin with, I was searching for an indicator like a week ago, which would display this like red dot, like you see here. This is overwhelmingly more stronger selling volume, is what it is. And I couldn't find an indicator that I liked. I couldn't even, also could not find one to download. So I started building one, right? And then I decided, you know what? We're gonna put a different color, blue for up and red for down, similar as what I have on TradingView, for example. And then I decided, okay, what if the dots actually are bigger and smaller, depending on volume? And then I also decided that, you know what if I want to see actually volume numbers? So I added that as well, right? And we do have that. I can put volume numbers. Let's see. Right now I have them turned off. But show bubbles, show tick volume, fills. Where is it? Number display. Yeah. So I realized that I can have volume number display, and okay, I see, you can see this option on the capture. All right. So I can have it display the number above the bar, below the bar, with an offset of points, or actually automatically set. That means it's going to use the offset, buyers above, sellers below. Let's activate that and see what it does. So now it redraws the indicator. So now we only have the sessions indicator on. And the sessions indicator is not that complex really. It just draws boxes around certain time zones. And then I decided, you know what, I want to continuously see where price has been. So New York low is the previous New York low. It's in the morning time for me right now, so New York has been here. This is previous Euro low because Euro's just opened. And we have Asia low, Asia high, and you know, this is not really a bad idea to do it, in my opinion, right? And yeah, it's redrawing the thing, it's going to load. This is apparently how these things go. Yeah, and we're probably going to see something here. Also, what I did with the one indicator is I decided it's interesting to see, you know, when I see a lot of power in a move, price going one way, maybe I should actually have to draw a line where there's some difference in price. So something like called the divergence. Right now it loaded. Okay. So yeah, I have now, it's currently set up to 35 points offset, I think. So that's why this number is here to this. So we have some sellers here. Came to here, we switch to the other side, and the price is trying to go up. Looks cool. So if we want to buy, I mean, I think personally that 0.3 is a good idea. But again, the EA will control it. Change the size. Put the stop way down there because we have some silly settings set up. And I'm not sure what's going to do when I do this. Okay, all right, got it. That's good enough, but it's now the wrong size. So we had some sellers going down here, and also on top the orange line means that, you know what, they're trying to sell, but it's not really working out, right? In the same way here, we're trying to buy, but there's something wrong. So, well, I mean, if we change direction under the low to here, we should change. And if we change direction here, we should change. But here is the big sell volume, which have no power, and closing above this high is probably a good idea. So I could do buy stop above. I could place this here. I'm just going to try to get filled, right? But the point is, if price closes above here, we would get filled. I'm just going to remove this one. and then if we get filled, the EA will control it. Let's wait for that. There we are. We are filled. We have a stop loss. We have a TP. And I mean, so basically at this point, the idea is just hands off, right? And so, yeah, I created the sessions, and I created the volume bubble. And then, yeah, like I said, I realized that, you know what, I might as well create automatic stop loss placement, entry size adjustment, and filter for maximum, and TP finder. So I did, right? I think we're going to use one. We're going to use 2 steps because it's better. Maximum 5. I think maximum 3 is really good enough. Padding is 1 full bar, and minimum padding is actually like 5 is kind of low. So we're going to do like actually 5 is good enough. And this is just a special thing, fractal counter, because when I enter it uses the 1 fractal to put the stop, and sometimes we need 2, so I put a number here to be able to change it, right, without having to rewrite the code. And this waiting thing is, I need to test this more, but I'm going to release this software, so that eventually people can get it, right? But and it's different from, yeah, I understand this is different from when I trade the Blue Guardian account. Yeah, there's a link to affiliate there, whatever, down there somewhere in the comments. But I put this number here with the idea of, if I put 10 seconds, I'm going to have the possibility to do this, enter, and then I think stop loss is supposed to be here, and I'm going to draw a box around it just to understand where I put it, right? And then if we wait 10 seconds, it adjusts the stop and does this thing. And the delay is the timer, the timeout. And the TP is here. And we're looking for 1 for 1, which has been found up there. So 104, and stop is at 9.68. That's pretty much it, right? And I would like to show how the EA actually moves orders on price, but I do realize that's difficult. So I'm not sure how we're going to do that. But we can, this particular chart, we're going to test stuff, right? So how about, I've talked about the sessions indicator. It's basically for the 4 sessions, the times are aligned for my own time zone, but are input in UTC. And these are the colors that I like. And I choose not to fill the boxes because I don't like the fill, it looks crazy, but I can do it, And box outline and some other things, different sizes, daily, whatever, change. This dashed line over here, let's say we don't want to see it, it's gone, see? Kinda better, right? Okay, so the sessions indicator. Now, the sessions indicator is kind of a little bit in the way for us to understand what's going on, so let's just remove it for now. And let's also unlock this chart so we can see some things. So what actually happened, we had some, this is red and this is blue, so there's something going on here I'm not sure about. Also with this, so I might have to look at that. Anyway, there's a lot of people selling here, obviously price went down. And the way I use that, like normally in my trading, where I have footprint on Trader8 system or like on Trading View, right? I don't really have footprint on this platform, and I know people actually trade this platform as well, right? So that's the interesting point. And here is if let's zoom in, right? Let's see if we can make it look a bit better. It does do some graphical bugs, and I think it's MT5 actually doing it. Let's change the offset. It's kind of crazy right now. We're gonna change the offset. Total max bubbles. We're gonna find more bubbles, and we're gonna do 3 bubbles. Let's do just 2 bubbles because it becomes a bit crazy. And let's do the bigger sizes, and we do change the offset to like 35 or at least 45 because it looks like it's clearly enough. And now we wait. Let's see. And while we wait, we can have a look at the CAD, which was filled by the EA. And yeah, it's currently down. So what this one does, it looks... I use a very crude entry method just to test an idea I have to see if it's actually good. And the idea is price goes outside, comes back in and creates certain pattern in here in price, and then it's supposed to enter. And I'm not sure if that's valid, but we have a position on, and we'll see how it develops later. Waiting for this to load. Do wonder, huh? The yen was crazy, if you've been keeping up with the yen. A lot of sellers here. And if we do, yeah. Okay, there's some graphical errors with the MT5, it's a bit crazy. Okay. Yen has been crazy. But I mean, like, this information is not really, it's not difficult to understand, right? New York 3 days ago, big sellers, we tried to go down, we closed higher, they opened here and then went to even higher, right? So this is what I want to pay attention to, that's why I built the indicator. And the green lines, again, difference in between should be, people are trying to buy but we're not getting the result. Here, here, here. And again here, big sellers, but no. And soon we get those orange lines on the other side to show the other thing, right? Alright, let's go back on the CAD. It has created them. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, pretty much same thing, right? I only have these bubble kind of lines. So this is the section of, this is a New York session kind of section on the chart. I'm not entirely sure about the time shift on this particular account, but yeah, for sure, this is US session, this. And what we have here is initially like somebody's trying really to buy and the number should be above. I need to check that. And again, like this, right? They're trying to sell, we don't get higher. Sell, 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 we don't get higher. Price goes even higher. They're trying to sell, they go down, we can't go. And then finally, when price actually does have some strength to go higher, the result should be up, right? Okay, but we have a new session, so whatever. And we can't figure that out. Let's go back in time. Similar to here. Kind of flat. Somebody tries to dump it. Tries to buy. And just above there, we buy a lot of it. And the buyers win and we continue going higher, right? Here again. Yeah. And yeah, I'm working with figuring out some quirks. Not really sure why it actually doesn't do those. And we could have the numbers displayed in the bubbles if I wanted to. Or if I decide I only want numbers on top or below, we can also do that. So that's that one thing. So now I'm going to do this. We're going to try to see if we can have the EA on a minute chart. And yeah, if we can actually do some crazy stuff and see if we do. It's gonna have to load. I wonder about the CAD though. Why did it enter here? It's supposed to start at there. It should enter here. Okay, that's I think it's not correct. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna fix that bug later on. Yeah, we can see. So let's go and see how the 15 looks. Right, so price didn't actually close above, and price should close above. This bar should close above. It did not, and then come back in, close below, and we should have a reason to short here actually. Interesting. I'll find the bugs. I'll sort it out. Right, we'll do this. I'm gonna post this into the thing. So I just put made a note of this. I'm gonna fix that bug after, right? Anyway, so we have this position to see what's going on, and let's see, out CAD. Yeah, well, the point anyway is that it puts on positions, and I can see what it does, and we'll figure it out. So now we are looking at the CAD on a 1 minute chart. And I'm going to try to see if we can actually replicate some, if we can do some price movements. Minimum 4, average size 1, 50.1 risk should be good. So to test this out, we should do this, buy and sell. We also don't need the bubbles to do the test. Right, so now it created stop and TP for both the orders. That's good. But if price actually goes in one direction, hopefully it goes, it prints a few candles, and we can see, yeah, some results. So currently, apparently TP is there and stop is there. I just enter 2 orders just for the hell of it, right? To test. And you know, okay, maybe price wants to go down. Let's enter another one. Right, so this is the offset. That's why we are that far off. But yeah, right? We can change the offset. I feel like it's a bit too much. So minimum 2. See what happens. All right. Right, so the size is changing and stops are moving. And yeah, that's to be expected. So it controls the stop according to the rules. After they have been entered, after it's been created, it's totally fine, right? But now, if they are to be moved, we need something else for price to do. So we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna draw boxes around the stops and see if price changes these later on. Okay, so I need to do something else. We can look at some other charts while we wait for this, because this is going to take a few minutes. So we have the yen. I don't know. There's a buy order here. It's just confusing. Let's remove it. And we have the cable. Yeah, sell action on cable. 2 stops above. I outlined this in the same way, right? To see if it actually moves it. TP is down here. We have the euro. Okay, sell there. I do like the euro for where is the TP on this? Okay, nothing much to watch here. Let's do this. Right, we watch this thing and we wait. Just gonna go do some code. Oh yeah, looks like I found why it does that. For anyone watching, I'm sure you don't want to watch, look at my 3000 lines of code for this thing. Let me just fix it. Right, and we wait for that thing to build. Let's see what happens now. Okay, still no updates for the stops. We wait for this thing. Right, I was expecting something to move so we could actually watch something happen. Yeah. Looks like the AuDCAD has 2 positions. Not sure if that's the correct way to do it, but apparently it does. Right, so this is the fully self-running EA. And yeah, I found something I don't like in the code here, so I changed it. And so, I mean, sure, I'm running a live test here on, looks like 6 charts. And we'll see how it behaves, and I will do some adjustments after that. Let's see, we are risking 14 and okay 20. The risk parameters are 0.2%. Okay, that's good. So the idea is this EA is supposed to incorporate the stop mechanism from the other EA. So basically I took what is here, the Prometheus EA, which controls size, stop, TP, and that logic, and I built an entry engine on it. And the entry, it's very crude, but honestly, I just had an idea and I just wanted to test and see if it actually is a good idea to play like this, right? Anyway, so what should happen here is if price actually ends up closing higher, stop should be moving a bit up, unless padding is that distance. Could be, but it should be following. And the TP is over there. We will find out eventually, yeah? Right, now we are here. I don't think we can sit here and wait for this. It's apparently it doesn't want to do anything, so I think we're just gonna close this. Just gonna do it like this, and do it like this, sell, close for 0. Sell like this, so it's just going to close itself eventually, and I think that is all. Can't show much more than that, I think. Okay, this is silly. Yeah, but we don't need this, right? And here I'm running it, okay, yeah, the CAD, and we are running it on Kiwi as well, and on Yen. And okay, we are also filled here. I didn't see that actually, but we are filled here as well. And interesting. I'll keep track of these during the day, but it's fun, you know, to see. It's fun to see what it actually does. We'll see how this plays out. Like I said, I found something that I don't like with the code here, how it actually enters the positions. But yeah, I have the fix, and I'm going to implement that as well. And I'm going to have to restart all of these and run it. That's what we do pretty much. Yeah, so a bit of like a faster, shorter day today. But you know, we have things to do, and keep pushing, keep moving on, and keep finding the bugs and sorting them out. We'll see how this behaves. Okay, I'm just gonna draw a box around this thing so I know that stop was here, so that I can check back later. And I'm basically going to do this, and we're going to do this. Okay, oh, that's way too much. Oh my god. Okay, yen, we don't need CAD, we don't need this, we don't need this. I don't need to watch them, that's the thing. Now if we do this, yeah, good. It's like MT5 for me, it's kind of the old system, because well, I was using MT4 many years ago, even 10 years plus ago, and yeah, MT5 has been getting better. There's some differences in the code and how things can be built, and the rules for how to create some things, which change how you have to think when you design stuff. These days you don't really have to know about that though, right? But yeah, it's different. And so MT5 is simply stronger than MT4 in my opinion, and very lightweight application. Anyway, I think that's all for now. So yeah, if you have learned something or gotten some ideas from my ramblings today, yeah, cool. Also, I'm working on sorting out my site, where I will eventually place the tools for anyone who wants them. You can find them there, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably get some prop account to trade with these tools later on as well, to also display what they can do. Because I mean, when you think about it, at the end of the day, if I enter a position, if I want to enter the euro short, right, and like today, I have to do many things, but I want to enter the euro short. Okay, no, I want to enter the euro long because I think that's better. And I'm a busy guy, right? I'm just going to press buy, and I'm gonna go, yeah, I need breakfast. Okay. I can't keep look at the chart. So, control, stop is created, TP is created, moving TP, protecting the position is done, and that's all there is to it, right? So it's like a semi-autopilot. And what I eventually will build, but I'm not sure if I will release it, I will try to create the full entry system with the Helios EA. We'll see if I release that though, I'm not really sure. Anyway, I think that's it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning.